Well, hello there, and welcome back to the lands of Aecathan. No professionals, no fancy tech, just a group of women playing an all-original game of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Jeff, your game master, and the Thuilnu are still the undisputed masters of creating horrors, but even they can screw up occasionally. They tried creating a duck with tentacles, for crying out loud. It didn't work. And what was worse, they called it a quacken.
Wow.
I mean,
I hate it, but I also kind of love it.
right?
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Has to be said with a lisp.
Okay.
Quacking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite know how you say quacken with a lisp. Because there's no S sounds in quacken, so...
That's the quack.
She said what she said.
Okay. Far be it from me to argue.
Thanks, Pam.
All right. Well, let me catch you up on where we were the last time. Continuing to delve into this cavern of the Thuilnu enclave, the four and their remaining allies faced an ever-increasing number of horrors, some familiar and some previously unencountered, as well as discovering the full might of the Thuilnu as opponents. These Thuilnu they faced displayed a new ability that proved to be both highly dangerous and very difficult to resist, one that can render even the strongest member of the group helpless. And that's pretty much it. They are continuing to work through the enclave, trying to find Vines and their Safrina, their companions that were kidnapped, as well as dealing with the Thuilnu threat present in the enclave. So the last bit that was encountered, you found basically what appeared to be a resting chamber for the Thuilnu in this cavern. And after defeating all of them that came out, the group investigated it, and after deciding that there wasn't anything in there that needed to be preserved, lit it on fire.
Kill it with fire.
And then they closed the door to keep most of the smoke in, and prepared to continue through the cavern. So that's where we pick up.
Okay.
So, Adventurers 4, over to you.
Don't everybody talk at once.
Right?
We kill it with fire.
You did that.
We kill it with fire more.
Well,
We
if you,
killed the next thing.
I was
with
going to
fire.
say, if you open the door, you're going to let all the smoke out.
So we should stay here until the smoke is done?
No, you closed the door. You kept the smoke in the building.
Okay.
So now it's just a matter of where do you want to go next?
What are our options?
Well, you can go around either the top or the bottom of this particular building. You have pretty much taken care of when you first entered the cavern, you went to the left, you found a building. There was a round building, sort of, if we assume, sort of northwest of that the creatures came out and joined in the attack from the creatures in the first room. You managed to defeat all of them. You checked out the center room. Then you went back toward the entrance and found another room and dealt with the Thuilnu there, and then you went to the room that you're standing outside of now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, your options are you can continue around the top side of the building. You can go around the bottom side of the building in between that one and the last one that you cleared. You could go back down to near the first room that you encountered and continue west from there. Or you could go leave this cavern entirely and go back out the tunnel. As I see it, that's pretty much your options.
We need to clear out this room.
Okay.
That's my
Agreed.
thought.
Yeah. Is there any sense of what direction would take me to the last place I sensed vines?
The last place you sensed vines was sort of west-southwest.
And can I sense anything with primeval awareness?
As has been common since you've been down here, you do sense some undead, but you sense that they are a very great distance away, probably out of the enclave.
Okay. Shall we continue?
Let's go.
From the foundry screen, it would be up.
You want to go up? Let's go up.
Okay. All right. You can definitely do that.
Well, as far as it goes.
Right.
Oh, there's something else ahead. Another door.
I will move.
Well, we also need to, because I know there's that round building that we haven't done down in the bottom.
That
Well,
was the first one, right?
there actually you have dealt with that one because when you finally got in to look at it, it was empty because the creatures had come out of it to assist in the attack on the first room. Like those
Okay.
Thuilnu apparently called for help.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, the door?
Well, there's this room here, right?
The one that I'm near
This
the
one?
door.
Oh, is that where Pam is?
I'm right in front of you.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, the room
I
that's
didn't see
sort
that.
of
I see that there's a door there now.
yeah, the
sorry.
room that's sort of down to the right, you've already dealt with.
All right, so I'm going to wait for some of the heavy hitters to join me. And I will, once they're there, I'm going to try the knob to see if it's unlocked.
You said knob.
Okay, I'll listen first.
I feel like I'm 12 today, so.
You are 12 today. It's all good.
Talk into your microphone. It will help.
I feel like I'm much older today, but that's okay.
I rolled a 28 for perception.
Oh, dice. I forgot
Okay.
about dice.
Yes, dice are helpful.
You should have some.
This is a dice game.
Yes.
Do I perceive any sounds?
With
or...
a 28, you are able to pick up the sound of a bubbling liquid. Some sort of... It sounds like, something's boiling. And that's about it.
Can I smell anything?
This whole cavern smells acidic. All of those vats of orange liquid that you've encountered are very, very strongly acidic. It's kind of like a mix of the smell of battery acid and bleach.
Yuck.
Yeah.
I'm against it.
Well, I inspect the door to see if I can find anything that looks like a trap.
These doors are basically like, you know how some places have freezer doors where there's a barrier that's just hanging strips of plastic?
Yes.
This is hanging strips of mushroom.
Oh.
Aw,
So
exactly.
can I see through it?
No, it's opaque. Yes.
Okay. So there's not really like a knob to open the door. You just have
There
to
is
push
not.
through.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess I'll push through.
All right.
There's 2 doors, right? Do you want to do 2 at a time?
There's only one door.
No. Why don't you see what happens to me and then
There's only
Oh,
one
I
door.
see.
And if you click on it, you will open it in terms of like your perception.
Okay.
Oh.
I am in the doorway.
It looked like there were 2 little spots, not the door in the middle. I'm sorry. I
Ah,
thought
okay.
there were like 2 spots.
Yeah, that's Foundry's indicator that stretch is a door.
Oh.
Inside the room, you can see that once again this structure appears to be made of, mushroom planking. But this one's a little interesting. Inside, everything is coated in a fine white dust.
Spores.
Around the walls are piles of corpses of various sizes and shapes, some missing pieces, while against another wall is a pile of bones and bone fragments. The third wall contains open containers of that bright orange liquid that appears to be bubbling of its own accord. It doesn't appear to be being heated, but it's bubbling.
Ew.
A square table, some 3 feet in height, sits in the center of the room, and what appears to be some sort of body appears to be being constructed on the
Oh,
table.
gross.
Parts of the body have bone pieces stuck to its skin, and you see behind the table is a Thuilnu, flanked by 2 creatures about the size of gorillas, with glowing emerald eyes overtop a smooth face lacking both nose and mouth, and its entire body is covered in various pieces of bone that either seem to be adhered to its skin or sticking through its skin. And as you enter, Gwen, the Thuilnu looks up, and we roll
And-
initiative.
Do I get a surprise round?
No.
Aw. Bummer.
Should say something.
Will knew ahead.
Well, I think we were preparing that as soon as she walked in there that we were going into combat. because-
Yeah. We have in most of the other rooms.
Exactly.
Right. Lesley, don't forget to roll for bow.
Okay.
Let's see. Ooh, good God. Okay. That's a good guy, by the way. All right. Let's go down the list. Gwen Lauren.
22.
And Bo.
32.
Oof. Tasha.
1.
Arabelle.
13.
And Zoreth.
19.
Well, clearly, Bo is going to go first. So, this will, of course, require him to move.
Yes. I don't think I can move.
Well,
Bo.
hold on a second. I think I can remember how to do this. Let's see. So this would be here. There we go. Okay. Lesley, you now should be able to move that
Okay.
that token.
I don't even see that token.
We'll consider that this is the first 10 feet of his movement.
Okay.
So you can see him now in the doorway.
I see.
Yep. Oh, good, you can move him. Excellent.
Yes. Okay, so he's going to move there,
Okay.
and he's going to cast at the Thuilnu.
All right.
Let's see. Sorry, it takes a little getting used to this new way of moving my screen.
Right.
So he's going to cast Agonizar's Scorcher,
Okay.
and that's going to... It should be able to get all of them, I'm guessing. 30 feet long, 5 feet wide.
30 feet long, 5 feet wide means that it's basically just like a flat ray of flame that's only 5 feet wide, so you have to aim it.
Yes. So can it get both the Thuilnu and the creatures? Isn't there a creature right next to the
There is a
Thuilnu?
creature right next to it, yes.
Okay.
If you sort of angle it so that it overlaps both of them, then yes.
Yep. That's what he wants to do.
All right. Then...
And that's at 5th level.
Oh, at 5th level. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, they get a dex save, but regardless, you will be rolling 6d8 fire damage.
Okay. That's 25 points of damage.
All right. Huh? All right. Well, the Thuilnu is sort of spun around a little bit by the force of the flame and is clearly burned, but is still functional. The ape-like creature beside it, on the other hand, basically ignites and falls to the ground, a burning pile of whatever it is.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Athgar. So he's going to move in here. And will undoubtedly cast something. I'm sure. I just have to figure out what. Okay, and he casts, he begins singing a song about the perils of winter and summons an ice storm. So, again, they get saving throws, which neither of the creatures make. Although the Thuilnu does. So let's see. So the creatures take 7 points of that's right. 7 points of bludgeoning damage. The Thuilnu takes 3. And then the creatures take 15 points of ice damage. And the Thuilnu takes 7. All right. And that's Athgar. Gwen, you're up next.
All right. Gwen is going to cast. Let's see if she's got any spell slots left. She does. She's going to cast Conjure. Let's do Lightning Arrow.
Okay.
At the Thuilnu.
Okay.
Okay.
And is there a save for that, or is it just roll
Dex
to
of
hit?
19?
Ooh, that's not likely. No. No, the Thuilnu does not get out of the way.
Okay, and so that is going to be 5d8. And then are there any creatures within 10 feet of the Thuilnu?
There is one.
So it also,
one of the gorilla creatures.
it also takes damage.
Oh, that one made its save. Holy crap. Okay.
Okay, so
Not that it's going to make much of a difference, but
25 points of damage for the Thuilnu. And I only rolled 12 for the gorilla creature, and it will take half, right?
yes. So it takes 6 points against the 2 hit points it had left.
Oh!
So it slumps to the ground, burnt, silent. The Thuilnu makes a noise like air escaping and falls.
Ooh.
So all 3 of them are dead?
Yep. There's still 2 of the gorilla creatures.
Oh, okay.
And Tasha, you're up next. Right now, you're outside the building. So.
Okay. Is anybody inside?
Oh yeah. Gwen and Bo and
Okay.
Athgar are all inside.
Are they like up close and personal?
No. No one is
Okay.
in melee yet.
All right.
So go ahead and move yourself wherever it is you're going to be.
How do I do that?
Click on your icon and you can use
Did
the
I do
cursor
it?
keys. No, you moved. You're moving further away. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's very tiny.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
All right. So at this point you
You have a
have
scroll wheel on your mouse?
I don't have my mouse. I forgot my mouse.
Oh, then yeah, it might be tiny.
So right now you are still outside the door.
Okay.
So if you go down twice, you'll be in the room.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
There is one that is 20 feet away and one that is 25 feet away, but they're on opposite sides of the room.
Okay. So how much space is between everybody in the room and the creatures?
About 15 feet.
So if I cast Fireball, can I get it so that nobody gets hurt?
Yes.
Okay.
You just have to sort of place it behind the creatures.
Okay. I'm going to cast Fireball.
All right. Which
Behind the
one would you
creatures.
like to cast at? The one on the left or the one on the right?
Which one looks like it's hurt more?
The one on the left.
The one on the right.
Okay.
And it's a Dex 17 save.
All right. No.
$25 points.
All right. There is obviously a massive explosion, and when the light clears, the creature is still on its feet. It is very badly burned, but it is still on its feet. Zorith.
Okay. I'm going to come in and see what I can see. Is the person on the left or the right the one that... There's only one left, right?
Nope, there's still 2. There's one against the right-hand wall and one a little further back in the room against the left-hand wall. Both look pretty beaten up.
Okay.
One of them is covered in bruises and frost, and the other one is severely burned.
I'm going to cast Firebolt at the one that looks more damaged.
Yeah, they both look about each about at the same amount of having had the crap kicked out of them.
I'll do the left one.
Okay.
Firebolt. Ranged spell attack. 22.
That will hit.
And 3d10. 7, 10, 8. 25.
The bolt strikes the creature dead center, and it erupts in flame. And when the flame dies down, there is a body on the floor. And it did.
Let's see here. I'm going to use a sorcery point, or 2 sorcery points, and do the other one as well.
Okay.
For a bolt.
All right.
17?
That will also hit.
I don't know why I put my stupid dice down. I was not thinking. 7. 1 and 6. 14.
And it too suffers the same fate as its counterpart on the other side of the room. And when the light returns to normal, there is just a body on the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Excellent.
Good job.
I holler back out through the door. It's good we're saving you for healing, to Arabelle.
So we should probably destroy
Check
this
this room?
too. Oh, well, yes. Check it and then destroy.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
All right, I search.
I search for nothing.
Roll investigation.
I got a 5.
Got a 32.
Jeez. Why do I even try? I got a 15.
Okay. All of you find little more than what you saw when you entered the room. None of the creatures appear to have anything on their person, not even in the way of clothing, definitely not weapons or tools or money.
Well, then I'm gonna leave the room.
Yep.
How did we set the other one on fire? Somebody used a big spell, didn't they?
I think Bo did.
Don't
just-
use big spells.
But
Yeah.
everything in that other room you clearly knew was flammable.
Yeah.
Right.
In here, it's barrels of the liquid, a stone table, piles of bones, and piles of bodies.
Hmm.
The other room
Remind me
was
about
all
the barrels.
skins.
Remind me about
The barrels is basically the goo that makes the creatures into. I think it's the goo that binds. I don't know.
You've not really investigated the goo. You've just sort of left it alone.
And I kind of don't wanna. Is it?
But it is a constant. In every building but one so far, you have found either large vats of the goo or bowls of the goo or barrels of the goo.
We should probably check it out.
I think it's the magical component that makes the parts into creature. But that's just my guess.
I don't have any. We don't have any alchemy. What would alchemy be now? Medicine? No.
That's a good question.
Arcana?
It could be Arcana, but you would need
lore.
like alchemy tools.
I have none of those. I have a disguise kit and thieves tools.
So alchemy tools?
I think so. Let me look it up real quick.
I don't have those.
Yeah, alchemist supplies is what it's called.
Would Bo have that?
He does not.
Yeah,
Dude.
I didn't see anything,
He
but
has
it seemed like
navigator's tools. That's his thing. Athgar's got thieves' tools and a dice set. We don't really have an alchemist in the group.
right. Well, I guess we can't do it then.
Let's see. I still feel like we should destroy some of this stuff somehow.
I think we should destroy the goo.
But I don't know how to destroy the goo.
Didn't we burn it last time?
You have never tried to destroy the goo.
Oh.
What you destroyed in the other room were the skins that were attached to the floor and the walls and the ceiling that the creatures were sleeping on.
I thought we destroyed some of the goo because...
I thought we
Oh,
did
you know
too.
what? You did.
But we tipped the barrels over or something?
No. It was the first room. You're right. It was the first room that had the big, like, concave bowl carved in the
Yes.
floor.
Yeah.
And you disintegrated the liquid.
Okay.
But that's
But
a
disintegrate is a
it's a
big spell.
pretty big spell.
Well, let's see if it will burn.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me do...
I could try Eldritch Blast.
Well, that's not like a...
Yeah, that's
Fire.
more that's more force.
And it
I
may
could do-
splash.
Firebolt.
Okay.
Let me try Firebolt at one of the ones towards the back on the right side.
All right, you'll need to go back in the room.
Yes.
And maybe everybody else should step out just in case it produces something toxic.
I could shatter the bones.
What level spell is that, though?
Yeah, we're trying to save
Second
our
level.
big spells and spell points. Mine are right now are just cantrips that I'm using.
Yeah, that's why I said Eldritch Blast, because it's just a cantrip.
Okay. Is everybody out?
Nope,
Nope.
Tasha's not out. Now she's out.
Okay. I'm gonna cast it at the two in the back.
Okay.
Do you need me to cast regular? I mean, like,
Just roll to hit. Don't roll a 1.
I rolled a 4, so
That hits.
yay! And that's 3d10. Why do I keep putting them back in there? I don't understand. 15. Does it catch on fire?
Let's see. I need Zorith to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's what I worried about.
19 plus, please hold, 8, 27.
Okay. You have the presence of mind when the barrel explodes to close your eyes and close your mouth so you don't get any of it in your eyes, and you don't inhale any of it, but it basically exploded, and the entire room is now filled with an acidic mist.
Ooh.
And you take 7 points of damage, 7 points of acid damage on your skin as you scurry out of the room.
I scurry out of the room and close the door.
Well, it's just flaps, so it
Oh.
a little bit leaks out, but then the flaps come down and it keeps it mostly in.
I will run over to her.
7 is okay, I think.
Yeah, I'll just lay on hands. That's nasty stuff. You
Whew.
want acid burns lingering.
But we didn't get it all, right?
No, that was a barrel.
And there are how many?
4.
But it's
Well, there's
on
3
fire,
now.
right?
No, it just exploded.
How loud was it from out here?
That's a very good question. There was a rather noticeable thwoomph.
Oh. So loud enough.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, I can stick my hand in there and do the same through the furs.
No, why don't you let Bo throw a fireball in?
How big is the fireball?
That's pretty big.
Well, fireball, you'll be able to get either the one remaining one on the right-hand side or the 2 on the left-hand side.
Isn't that a big spell, though?
20
Yeah.
foot. 20-foot radius.
Oh, I thought it was 30.
Nope,
Like,
it's 20.
It's a 3rd level spell. It can be cast at 3rd level. Or there's also Scorching Ray, which produces 3 rays of fire.
That's probably better.
And so could then get perhaps all of them.
What
Because-
level is that?
That's a 4th level.
How about magic missile? Would magic missile do it?
No, that's force damage. That would punch holes in the barrels and let it leak all over the floor.
No, we don't want that.
All right. So,
fire.
oh, I can do, sorry, I can do Scorching Ray at 2nd level. But that only, I think it produces fewer. No, it's 3 rays.
Oh.
So I can do, how about I do that?
That sounds good.
All right, so Bo stands in the doorway. Hold on. Get Bo to the doorway. He is moving slowly. And he's going to just go through enough, maybe just his hand or whatever needs to be in the space in order to, maybe he just parts the curtain a bit and casts Scorching Ray.
Okay. He will take a little bit of damage.
Yep. So he'll do it as quickly as he can and then step back.
Okay. All right, you have to roll to hit with that spell, right?
Yep.
All right, so go ahead and roll 3 times.
Jeff, while she's doing that, Arabelle's moved away a little bit from the door and is keeping an eye out with her perception.
Me too.
Okay.
For some reason, D&D Beyond just went down. Hold on.
That's not nice.
So I had, yeah. Not working. It produces 3 rays, though, so
Mhm.
I think it would only be rolling once.
Nope,
Wouldn't
each
it?
each ray, if you're doing it at a different target, then each ray has to be rolled separately.
Okay, well, I can't pull up my character sheet right now. I can tell you the first roll was a 19.
Okay.
Who is it? Is it
Bo.
Gwen?
It's Bo.
Um,
The second.
Let's see. I can check on Bo.
Yeah, so basically you're adding +5 or +10 to whatever you roll.
Okay. The second roll is an 11,
Okay.
and the third roll is a 16.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage for all three.
What is it a
2d6
Okay.
per ray.
So 7 points, 11 points, and 8 points.
Okay. That is enough to detonate all of them. But he will take 12 points of acid damage to his
Ow.
hand.
Ow.
I'll put that on there as soon as I can get my character sheet back up.
Okay.
I don't know why it's not working.
Oh, Arabelle, you gave me back some points. You said how many points?
The 7 that you got.
Oh,
Can anybody help Bo with his acid damaged hands?
Probably if I don't see anything coming.
And you don't.
Yay.
But there's stuff on my screen I can see.
Yes, but Arabelle can't see anything.
Rude.
Then I will come over and help. I don't hear anything either.
No.
How much did Bo take?
12.
12.
Okay, so
Not all that.
Gwen moves to here to continue heading in the same direction. Does she see what's ahead around the corner there?
No.
Can we see the edge of that building?
Yes.
Okay, then we would head there, right?
Yep.
I mean, she's going to see that thing right in front of her.
Unless it's invisible.
Is it invisible?
Well, let's see.
Can we hear them? Like, obviously we're going to be able to hear them.
Hold on. I need that one. It's been too long. I can't remember where things are. Okay, must be below.
Ugh.
There we go. All right. Arabelle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Control. Okay. I need you to roll a d20 plus your intelligence mod plus your dex mod.
Great.
Oh no, not this again.
7.
You see Arabelle is like walking forward and then she just crumples to the ground.
Oh.
At the same time,
Uh-huh.
I'm moving
What is their
things.
traveling speed?
They have been moving this entire time invisibly. They've just, ever since the first Foomph, they have just dropped their invisibility and are attacking you.
Awesome.
Let's see these things. Arabelle and Zorith, you've seen these ones before. They're like spiders with human skulls for heads and glowing green eyes.
I'm glad I'm unconscious.
Yep. All right, so let's see. We'll just work our
Have
way.
we encountered them down here before?
No.
Oh shit.
No.
Okay.
This is
Back to
from
our fucking
back
lore.
beneath the inn again.
I'm gonna go back to our lore, see if I remember.
I'm sorry. I was just able to get Bo's sheet back up. So
Okay.
does he still have damage to his hands or no?
Arabelle, did you heal him? Yes. So
Okay.
no, he does not.
Okay.
12, right? Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Are these the ones that
let's
looks
see.
like crabs? Because that's what we had. The moth spiders, the ones that looks like crabs,
There were spiders with wings. I remember that.
the moth spiders, tiny vestige of wings.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, maybe you
that's
haven't encountered these before.
I thought you described these before. I remember the skulls, I swear. I don't know.
It appears as an ebony skull atop a spider's body with glowing green eyes and a fanged mouth. Okay, so start with, where is he? Okay.
Do we roll an ish?
Not yet. This is their surprise round. So the one that ran up to Bo bites him. Where are my sixes? For 7 points of damage. Then the one next to Athgar tries to bite him, but it can't get through his armor. Then the one attacking Zorith bites her for 8 points of damage. Let's see. The one attacking Tasha bites her for 10 points of damage.
Rude.
And the one attacking Gwenlauren misses her completely.
Yay!
Now we'll roll an ish.
I swear. I swear. By the moon and the stars up above.
All right, Bo.
Oh, you went in the wrong.
Sorry, I'm going
Okay,
by
sorry.
the order from the last fight. So.
It's okay. 24.
24. Okay. Gwen.
29.
Nice. Tasha.
24.
Zorath.
10.
Ooh. And Arabelle.
18.
All right. Gwen, you're up first. You have one
Okay.
in melee.
All right. Well, that kind of limits my options. I'm going to cast Thorn Whip.
Okay.
It's just a cantrip, but it's a melee attack. And so that will, I guess I still have to roll to hit.
Whatever the spell says.
Yep. So that would be, let's see. I'm trying to see how you can tell. It says make a melee spell attack. So I use my spell attack. That's
You-
a 27.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And if it hits, it takes piercing damage and pulls the creature closer.
Well, it can't get closer.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, you're already in melee with it, so.
Okay. And let's see. So what's interesting is it says it increases when you reach different levels.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I guess it's 3d6. Which isn't bad for a cantrip.
No.
12 points of damage.
Okay. The thing hisses in pain, and all over its body where your spell has pierced it, white ichor is beginning to drip.
Nice.
Bo is up next.
Can I move? Or
You
does that
can,
provoke?
but it will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Well, unless you don't move out of threat range. Like if you stay next to it, but just move somewhere else next to it. Although I don't know, what good that would do, but
Well, if I take a step back toward Arabelle, is that still within?
that will
Right.
provoke an attack of
Okay.
opportunity.
Then don't worry about it.
All right. So Bo is up next, and Tasha, you go at the same time.
Okay. You want to go, Bo? I'll go.
Okay.
Okay, so I attack it with my scimitar.
Okay.
I rolled a 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. It's a 1d6. So 11 points of damage.
Nice.
And
Your
as a
Oh,
sorry.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say your swing carves into the midsection of the creature and actually severs one of its 8 legs.
Good. And as a bonus action, I cast. Mass Healing Word,
Okay.
which I can do at will as a bonus action.
And what's the range on that?
It says, 60 feet.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you'll be able to get everybody.
And it's 1d4 plus 4.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that.
Okay, so 6 points back.
So everybody who's taken damage, you just got 6 points of healing.
Ooh. Nice.
All right. Bo, you also go at the same time as Tasha, so.
Sorry, I was healing. Oops. Still have 1 point of damage. All right, same. You said at the same time, right?
Yep. So Tasha just went, so Bo goes also.
All right. He's going to cast Magic Missile at 3rd level. And that produces 3 darts. So, do they hit simultaneously?
Actually, it produces 5 darts because you're casting it at
plus
3rd level.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Yes,
And
it says that
each dart can go wherever you want it to go. If you want them all to go at the same target, they can, or you can split them up however you want.
I think he better hit the ones that are hitting him.
Okay. All
Is
right.
he squishy?
Then just roll damage, because with Magic Missile, you don't need to roll to hit.
Okay.
So
And so it's how many total?
5d4 plus 5.
Okay. 12. 17.
With a whining squeal as the bolts strike the creature, it flails a little bit and then just kind of topples sideways and just is laying on the ground, sort of.
Twitching. Gross.
Yeah. But it doesn't appear to be getting up.
Nice.
I think those are called spec throws.
Yes. Yes. All right. Next up is the creatures.
No.
So, the creature attacking Gwenlauren tries in vain to bite at her, but its missing leg causes it to clumsily flail left and miss. The one attacking Zorith tries to bite and is foiled by her clothing, her armor, so that doesn't hit.
Ah, snappy.
Tasha, on the other hand, yours bites you.
Rude. It lost a leg.
Yes. For 7 points of damage.
Rude.
Oh, Athgar gets bit this time. For 6 points of damage. And Bose can't attack him because it's quite dead. Aha, okay. Let's see. Who has he seen? Gwenlauren.
Yes.
Add your intelligence and dex bonuses to a d20 roll.
Intelligence and dex and
Yep.
d20.
Yep.
19.
And Gwen Lauren crumples to the ground. It is now Athgar's turn. Can he see? Ooh. It's gonna take a perception roll to notice that. Oh yeah. With a 30, I think he can see it. He sees Gwen go down. Right. Where is... He is going to use his bonus action to cast Misty Step.
Take away my stupid fire, man. I was going to do the same thing.
And appear right beside Gwen.
Okay, now I wasn't going to do that because I was going to do Gwen and Arabelle.
And I think he's going to take a... Yeah, he's going to take a page from Bo's book and cast Magic Missile at 3rd level. Seriously? 5d4, 4 of them were 1s.
Oh.
So,
But this one's already damaged.
Right. It is enough to kill the creature.
Woohoo.
So,
I mean, I would say that if I were conscious.
Right. All right. Zorith, you're up.
Between Gwen Lauren and Arabelle. Maybe if I can grab my person. Nope. There we go. I'm going to lean down. I don't know if it would be a bonus action. I'm going to smack them both on the hips.
You can do that to one of them because it's an action.
How is it not an action to smack both of them as you go down? They're literally within my area.
Well, let's do this.
I will roll.
Make an acrobatics check.
I will roll. Natural 17 plus acrobatic. 21.
Okay.
Use her bonus action for 2-weapon fighting. Boom, boom.
She's just very skilled at slapping people in the ass.
Well, it's an attack, right? So it's two-handed.
So roll 2 die 4s and give them to me individually.
2 die 4s. I got what does that say? A 2 and a 2.
Okay. So Gwen and Arabelle, you both take 2 points of non-lethal damage, but you are now awake.
Yay.
Now, since I did that as my... Should I have done the spell first and then done that?
It doesn't matter. You can use your sorcery points to cast a spell, either first or second. It's entirely up to you.
Okay. So how many things are left? 1, 2, and then 3. Can I see the one around the corner? Probably can't. I can see this one at the top, right?
Oh, sorry, the one next to Bo is dead, so I just forgot to remove the token.
Okay.
So you can see all 3 of them.
The guy over in the way corner? And the 2 that are left?
Well,
Oh.
there's actually 3 that are left.
Got it. I would
am I
like to
looking for here?
cast. I would like to cast Magic Missile. Oh.
Yep.
D&D Beyond. How cruel.
Oh, you're getting that too?
Whoops, we rolled a 1 on our API check.
Yeah, that's what it just did that to Gwen's page.
Try after a short rest.
Mm-hmm. It's just, the pages are crashing. And
Yeah.
then you try to load it and it,
All the nerds are playing D&D tonight.
Oh no, I can't see anything. Hold, please. I'm gonna see if I can get to myself through Bo's page. I cannot. Nope, I cannot. Well, I do the thing at level 2.
I was going to say, I can probably look it up for you if you need me to.
I don't know if you can.
Seem to be able to. What am I looking up for you?
Magic Missile.
At what level?
2.
Okay. At 2nd level, gets you 4 darts.
Oh. What's the one that has the multiple fingers? Somebody just did that one.
Aganazar's Scorcher? Or
No.
Aganazar's or
Ray of Sick. Does Ray of Sick? No.
Scorching
gonna-
like Scorching Ray?
Scorching Ray. I don't know if I have that one.
I'm not seeing it.
Missile. Okay. Now I rolled a hit.
No, with Magic Missile, you don't
It
need
always
to.
hits.
Yes.
And the damage is D4.
And so you've got 4 missiles. Each one is D4 plus 1, and you can split them up however you want.
So I got a 5 on the one that's on Tasha.
Okay.
Does it go down?
It does not.
Then I'm gonna do another one at it. That's much better. That's 8.
How can it be? It's impossible. How can it be 8?
3 and 3. Oh, sorry, no. 4 and 4.
Oh, okay.
So 8.
Okay. Yeah, just give me the missiles individually.
I'm sorry.
So,
4.
yes, now it flops over, legs twitching.
Okay, and then 4 on the one that's. You know what? 4 on the one that's furthest, because Bo's over there by himself.
Okay. All right, let's see. That's the one that was on Athgar. So, it takes the hit and hisses.
Got it.
And you have 1 more missile.
Oh, I do?
You cast it at 2nd level, so you have 4. That's only 3.
Oh, okay. And then 5. 4 plus 1 is 5 on that same one over by Bo.
Okay. Still up, but bleeding. Definitely unhappy. All right, and we go back to the top of the marching order, and Gwen.
am I back on my feet?
You can stand up. I mean, basically, standing uses half your
Barely.
movement for the round.
Okay, so
And
I
the-
will stand.
Okay.
I currently cannot access my character. So, let's see. I will. The only ones that are left are the two that I can see there.
You can now, yes, at this point, with just sort of like combat awareness, yes, you see that there are two of the spider things left.
Okay. I guess she will use her bow and arrow. I cannot tell you how. I cannot tell you how because I cannot access my character sheet.
Let's see. So you have a plus 14
Okay.
with your plus 3 longbow.
Okay.
And if you hit, it's a d8 plus 7.
Okay. So
So-
to hit, I rolled an 18, so that would be
A hit.
okay. Whatever it is.
Yeah, that would be a 32.
Okay. And you said a D8 plus 7?
Yes.
And I rolled an 8. So that's 15.
All right, so let's see. That's the one that was fighting Tasha. Okay. All right. Well, the arrow basically goes through its midsection, and it kind of stumbles, and there is ichor leaking rapidly from both sides of its body, but it's still on its feet.
Ew. Then I'll go again.
Okay.
And I rolled a 13. Is it what, plus 11?
Plus 14.
Plus 14.
So 27, that will hit.
Okay. And then I rolled a 4.
So that's 11 points of damage. This one takes it through the skull.
Nice.
And the arrow kind of gets stuck there, but the green light fades from its eyes as it topples sideways.
Cool.
Bo is up next.
Okay.
And I just got the error too, but I reloaded the page and it came up.
Yeah, when I reload it doesn't. So
okay.
It just circles. Oh, when's this back up? Woohoo!
Excellent.
It
Except
might
that
just
this
been
is
when you did it.
yeah, this is Bo's round though,
Right, I know.
and Tasha.
Okay.
They both go at the same
Okay.
time.
So Bo is going to cast Magic Missile at 3rd level at the remaining one.
Okay.
And so that's, you said that was 5 darts,
Yes.
D4 plus,
Yeah. So 5d4 plus 5.
okay. Oh, not bad. Plus 5 is 19.
The missiles strike the creature and actually drive it back through the air 10 feet before it flops to the ground, lifeless.
So there's still one left, though, right?
Yep. Tasha.
Okay. I rolled a dirty 19 to hit with my sword.
Okay.
Is it close enough for me to hit with my sword?
If you
Sorry.
move up to it, yeah.
Okay, I move up to it.
Okay.
8, 10 points.
And that is enough to drop it.
Okay. And then I cast mass healing word, I should say. Again. So that's another 8 points for everybody.
All right.
Oh. Same thing happened to me.
As you are sort of sitting there,
Oh no, we're looking to the other guy.
What
Other
other
guy?
guy?
The guy that's been making everybody pass out. I'm looking around for him if I haven't seen him yet.
you do not see him.
Are we in combat?
No.
I cast Detect Invisibility.
Okay. You
Or see invisibility, I guess.
Yeah, you still don't see him.
All right, well, that's up for an hour, so
I don't think... I was wondering about this. I think their magic is so different that it's not the same spell.
but we'll see.
As you're standing there kind of collecting yourself, a voice speaks out of the darkness.
Okay.
You'd be best to just go away. Leave this place. Leave the entire place. And just go home.
Do we recognize that voice?
Wow, okay. Let me look. I'm not exactly sure which skill this would be. I guess history would be the most appropriate if you want to roll.
Okay. Well, I can't access my history. I don't know how many points I have, but I rolled a 10.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can pull your character up.
Gwen rolled an 8, has an 18.
Okay.
Tasha's history is +5.
Ah, thank you, Pam.
I got a 19.
Okay. This,
What are we rolling for?
history.
If we
You
recognize.
recognize the voice.
I'm sure I do not. I got a 1. So that would be a 3.
Now I know how Lesley feels.
Yeah.
Every time I refresh, I just get the same error code.
I'm not going to jinx it, but I have everybody's sheets up.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Nice. If you had to guess, it sounds like a dwarvish accent. But it also doesn't sound healthy.
Okay.
I'd like to cast Guiding Bolt at first level.
Okay. At what?
I don't have to see it. If it's within 120 feet, I can hit a target.
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy.
Does it move around corners?
It says it streaks towards a creature within 120 feet. You do not have to see it. It does not have to be in a straight line or anything.
Okay,
So-
but I would assume that it has to be an unobstructed path.
It doesn't say that though.
Mhm. It's light.
Light goes where light wants.
Yeah, there's no marking about having to be able to see it or line of sight or anything. It's like a weird thing.
This is what spell?
Guiding bolt. It just says a creature of your choice within range, since I can hear it.
Okay, you cast the spell and it flies off into the darkness, and you hear it impact.
Which way does it fly?
West, slightly south.
Okay.
And that's the one that does a glittering light on whatever it hits.
Okay. In the distance, you see the corner of another building glittering.
Not only does an attack, but creates a disco ball effect as well. Lovely.
You can never get out all the glitter.
Oh.
Craft herpes. So do we chase the glitter?
Yep.
I'm telling you, you don't want this fight. You're not going to win. And trust me when I say, losing is worse than dying.
We didn't lose a dwarf, did we?
No, but it might be from the town.
Everybody make another history check. This one's going to be hard because this is obscure and was mentioned in passing.
23.
18.
I got a dirty 18 plus history. Dirty 20.
23. Oh, can I use guidance? Should I use guidance?
Go ahead and roll for bow.
Okay.
Use guidance on bow.
He's
Yeah.
got +5.
Okay. 20 for bow.
Okay. All of you, you're racking your brains trying to figure out who is this someone you know? Who could this possibly be? Athgar got a 30.
Oh.
And Athgar goes, wait. Didn't the councilman's wife say that the only surviving shaman was the apprentice and he was a dwarf?
Oh.
And you remember that you had to go through the shaman's tower to get down into the enclave.
So the shaman's down here.
No, they're the apprentice, right?
The shaman's apprentice.
Well, this is beneath the shaman's tower, and the apprentice was a dwarf.
Well, if we get close, we should be able to clear his mind, but we have to find him.
Well, let's try talking to him. If he can hear us, if we can hear him, can he hear us? Thanks for the warning. Are you attacking us?
I'm trying to keep from being forced to attack you. If you just go, I won't have to.
we can find you, we can help you.
There's no help for me, lass.
I can stop what they've done to your head.
That's the least of it.
Did they transform you into something?
You've got to go soon, or I'm not gonna be able to keep from killing all of you.
So we don't want to kill him.
Moving towards the voice, right?
Yeah.
It's coming from the west someplace.
Well, we moved to the light, so where did we end up?
Let's see, I'll put, the light would be, basically due south of Athgar.
Well, over here.
Okay.
And we hear his voice closer. I'm just ignoring what is on my screen.
As you walk over there, you are able to look around the building, and there is a small army of horrors moving your direction. And you can see, barely, sort of huddled against the side of the building, is a short, cloaked form.
I want to move to the dwarf.
I yelled to him, "Are you controlling these things?" Nothing. Okay.
Nothing.
Controlling him.
And at this point, we're gonna have to go back into initiative for whatever happens.
Okay.
Really?
So
Do we have to roll again?
yes. Ugh. Well, Athgar's gonna be going toward the end.
I don't even know why I'm rolling. Literally.
Same.
I don't even know why I'm rolling.
They see me hating the rolling.
Okay. Hold, please. Okay. Oh, that's right. I gotta hold on. I gotta put him on here too.
Nice knowing you all.
Okay. Gwen,
Yes.
what'd you get for an ish?
28.
And Bo,
Also got 28.
Tasha,
21.
Arabelle,
18.
and Zorith.
10.
Okay. So, let's see. I'm going to assume that Tasha and Bo have moved over with the rest of the group. Okay, so Gwen and Bo, you are up first.
Okay.
But basically what's happened at this point is that Arabelle has moved to the cloaked figure, and there is a small army of horrors approaching.
Okay. So I'm going to have Bo go first, and he should be able to cast Fireball without getting Arabelle or the dwarf, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he is going to
You
cast...
just have to tell me, where you want it centered.
Okay.
Because it's going to be a 20-foot radius from wherever you choose.
All right. Well, I can't really tell what these things are. There's 4 big ones and 5 little ones.
The big ones you've dealt with before. Those are the ones that, when they're stationary, they look like huge boulders.
Okay. And then
the smaller ones are, in fact, the crab horrors that Arabelle and Zorith had seen before.
Okay. So he would like to drop the fireball. I mean, obviously wants to get as many of them as he can. So right between the boulder creatures and the whatever the other things are, crab creatures.
If you okay,
like a little bit, yeah.
Like
wherever it's going to get the most of them there, right between them.
If you cast it there, it's going to get the. It's going to. Oh, I guess it's not. Okay. It won't pick up the robed figure.
Okay, good. Let's do that.
Okay. All right, then. What's the save?
This is a 4th level fireball. So the save is a Dex 18.
All right. Give me a moment. There's a lot of them.
Okay.
No. All right. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, so that's 30.
All right. All right. So, when the smoke clears, or when the flash dies down, 4 of the 5 crab creatures are lying in smoldering piles. One of them is still up. Of the rock creatures, they all show evidence of having been burned, but only one of them looks like it was burned substantially.
Okay. All right. So Gwen is going to cast Conjure Barrage.
Okay.
And that's a 60-foot cone. But I think she's going to aim it such that it will... She'll try to get all of the creatures in it if she can.
Okay.
And that...
let's find out.
Not one of them.
You said 60?
60, yes.
So, yes. You can get all 5 of them.
And they get a dex save of 19.
Okay.
Good rolls. Well, when you only do D8 damage, you can roll and get like really crappy rolls and do almost nothing. Or you can get good rolls and be like, yay. So it was yay.
All right. Go ahead and roll the damage. Tell me what it is.
Did. It's 21.
All right.
2 8s and a 5. Not bad.
All right. The last of the crab creatures drops, as does the more heavily burned boulder creature.
How many creatures are left?
3 of the horrors and the robed creature. Plus, there is a Thuilnu who has come into view from the west. All right. Anything else, Gwen?
No.
Okay. The dwarven figure rears back, the cloak falling back, and you see what clearly began life as a dwarf, but is now a hollow-looking dwarf-shaped creature with skin the color of bone dust and glowing green irises. And as the cloak is flung off, 4 spiked tentacles unfold. And it attacks Arabelle.
Ugh.
So, I have that your armor class is 18. Is that correct, Pam?
17.
17. Okay. First tentacle misses. Second tentacle hits. Third tentacle hits. Fourth tentacle hits. And so that is... $26 points of damage. And it then, you see the dwarves' shoulders kind of pull in, and it just throws its arms out like that. Let's see. This is going to be Arabelle and Gwen and Tasha. I need a Constitution save.
So
21.
Okay.
13.
Gwen will for sure get +5 from me. I think Tasha might be too far, but
Okay.
just find the.
So
I
that
think-
would be 18.
Okay.
I have 25, but I
Okay.
think it's 10. I'm trying to find it.
All right. So, Tasha and Arabelle take 12 points of necrotic damage. Gwen Lauren will take 24 points of necrotic damage.
How many points do I take?
12.
Ow. And we don't know where this is coming from?
Oh yeah, it came
Oh,
from
from
the
the
it came
dwarf.
from the dwarf.
Okay.
All right. Tasha, you are up next.
Well, am I in melee with anybody? Melee with
No.
anybody?
No.
Okay.
The closest creature to you is 25 feet away, and that's the dwarf. The Thuilnu is 40 feet away, and the nearest of the rock creatures about 45 feet away.
Okay. I cast.
I cast? No, wait.
How many feet away is the Thuilnu?
40.
Okay. And nobody is close to the Thuilnu?
No, no one is anywhere near the Thuilnu.
Okay, I cast Flame Strike on the Thuilnu.
Ooh, okay.
I'm very tired of this.
It gets a save, right?
Okay. Yeah, it does. It's Dex 17.
It does not save.
It's 8d4. I mean 8d6, right? Yeah, 8d6. $28 points. And that's half of it is fire and half of it is force, I think.
Okay. All right.
Oh no. Fire and radiant. That's what it is.
Yep. The column comes roaring down from the ceiling of the cavern and just slams into the Thuilnu. And when the light from the flame strike dissipates, it is down on one knee, but slowly stands back up. It's burned, and it's hurt, but it's still there. All right, Arabelle.
I'm grappling with the decision.
Oh, wait. With my... Oh, no, I can't do that. Never mind. Go ahead. I forgot I don't get a bonus for the spell.
I want the dwarf to keep attacking us. I don't want to kill the dwarf.
Well...
I'm gonna try it. Well, his tentacles just hit me, or did they, like, impale me?
They slashed you.
Okay. So to touch him, do I roll to hit? Is that the...
Roll to hit and add your strength bonus. Like D20 plus your strength bonus.
$19?
You almost grab part of him, but one of the tentacles slaps your hand away.
This would be like it's an attack to touch, or no?
Yeah.
Well, okay. But if I want to cast, then I don't want to use my attacks, because then I wouldn't be able to cast.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm done.
All right. I need Arabelle and Gwen to make Constitution saves.
Are we back up to the top?
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
$19.
10.
That plus 5.
15.
Okay. Still not enough, unfortunately. The dwarf uses one of its legendary actions and sends out another pulse of necrotic energy. Arabelle, you take 10 points. Gwenlauren, you take 20 points.
Awesome.
All right. So, Annette,
Yes.
I need you to roll a d20 and add your intelligence and dex bonuses.
$32.
Wow.
Suck it.
Okay. You feel a wave of exhaustion hit you, but you force yourself to stay upright and awake.
So this is a sleep thing?
Kind of.
It's not sleep.
If it was sleep, then most of you would be immune to it because you're elves.
Right.
That's what I was wondering.
It's not sleep.
It's different.
Yep. It's a Thuilnu ability.
Uh-huh.
All right. so let's see. Those are all gone, so I can get rid of that out of the list. But now it is the rock creature's turn. They all move up there. One of them attacks Arabelle, one of them attacks Gwen, and one of them attacks Tasha.
The ones that pass us, do we get attacks on?
They went around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't go straight up. These are intelligent creatures. All right, so let's see. Working from the top down. Tasha, will a 20 hit you?
Nope. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, it will.
Oh,
Sorry.
all right.
It will. I got a 19 of armor class.
Where's my dice? There we go. The creature hits you for 16 points of slashing damage. All right. Gwen. Sorry. Natural 20.
Jesus.
Ooh. Ouch. A 10, a 9, a 9, and a 7. Yeah, so 37 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
And Arabelle, miss. Because I assume a 15 will not hit you. All right. Athgar, who has just seen this thing just gut Gwen. And so he is going to cast Cure Wounds at 6th level.
Ooh, good.
For 33 points of healing.
Thank you.
She says thanks.
Oh, was that?
That was
How many
to
peop-
that was to Gwen.
Oh.
That was just to Gwen.
Never mind.
And as a bonus action, Athgar is going to call out to Arabelle and bolster her confidence and give her a bardic inspiration die. So that's a D10 that you can use for an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw. You just have to say you're using it before you know the outcome. right. And Zorith.
Okay. I'm gonna move up here. Tell me how the three of these things look. Which one's the worst, etc.
They all look about the same.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to cast Chain Lightning,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast it on the third one, the one on the way bottom. And then it's going to get the dwarf, the one in front of it. It should be able to get everybody because it's got 3 more, including the Thuilnu, because that's within 30 feet.
Does it have to be within 30 feet of the original creature, or just 30 feet of anyone in the chain?
I don't know. Okay. 3 bolts then leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets, each of which must be within 30 feet of the first target.
Okay, well, it is just within 30 feet of the first target, so...
It sure is. I measured.
Okay. All right, so they get a save.
Dex 19.
Well, clearly the Fates want you to kill these things, because not a one of them made their save.
Well, we're gonna try. Okay, looking good, except for that 2. So we have an 8, a 7, an 8, a 2. $48.
Points of damage. And all of them in the chain take that? Or after
I
that?
understand it.
I
No,
think it's
no.
after that they take half, right?
No, only if they fail.
Right. They all failed. But I'm saying, I know the first one takes the full damage, but I'm thinking that after that they take half damage?
They do not.
Oh, okay.
The target must make a dex saving throw. The target takes 10d lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. It's chain lightning.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
I mean, as far as I can tell, they all take that damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. And
It is a 7th level spell, so it's not a tiny one.
For real.
And that spell takes out
Everybody but the dwarf.
everybody but the dwarf.
Oof.
But I do hit him.
If you hit him, then you will have to take away one of the other ones. Right?
No, it hit 1 plus then 3 others. 1, 2. Oh.
Yeah.
Then take out the top one. I'm sorry, that I misunderstood. Take out the top one that we're fighting.
Oh, all right. Well, I didn't roll for the dwarf, so hold on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He made the save, so...
Oh, of course he did.
that would be
24.
24. Okay.
Sorry, and we're still fighting the one that's closest to us.
And... he uses another legendary action. This time, he simply crosses his arms over his body, and you see
He heals himself.
he heals himself.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pearl.
basically, there's a tiny little soot-filled cut on his cheek left still, but that's it. Right, and I need...
Well,
Oh,
I would
right.
like to spend two whatchamacallit points. Oh, so he healed because I hit him. That was a reaction, right?
Nope. He used another legendary action.
But I can still take my second.
Right?
Okay.
Yep.
Do it. So annoying.
Can legendary actions be counterspelled? Oh
Nope.
no, because that would be
No.
Yeah, they're not spells, they're legendary actions.
right.
Shamans are weird.
But did he cast a spell?
No.
Okay. I am going to... Oops, can't see anything. I'm going to cast Burning Hands. I'm going to cast Burning Hands at the one in front of us.
Okay.
First level. Dex 19 save.
Chances are not good, but let's see. No.
6, 6, and 4. 14 points of damage. And take out my sorcery points.
Okay. All right. We're back to the top.
Oh,
Gwen
see Gwen.
and Bo.
Okay, so I will. It's just the rock monster and the dwarf, right?
Yeah.
I'll aim at the rock monster.
Okay.
How bad does the rock monster look?
Well, it's a rock monster, so it's kind of hard to tell, but it's been zapped by lightning and burned by fire. So it's covered in soot and there are pieces of it missing.
Okay. So I'm gonna use that Thorn Whip cantrip.
Okay.
So 3d6, and it gets a. Let's see. I have to make a. I guess I have to roll.
Okay.
And so that would be Looking to see where that info is. Okay, so that is a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And 10 points of damage.
All right. And you pull it closer to you.
Right.
All right. Bo.
Bo will cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Okay. That is 4 missiles.
Yep.
And the only thing he can see is the rock horror.
Right. So that is 1d4. Sorry. It's what, 4d4?
4d4 plus 4. It always sounds like something a clown would say, 44.
Mm-hmm. That's 10 points of damage. Wait. 14.
And it comes apart and drops into several pieces on the ground, which are no longer moving.
Cool. So now it's just up to the dwarf.
The dwarf moves slightly, but not far enough to provoke an attack of opportunity, and unleashes its tentacle attacks again. But this time, 2 at Arabelle and 2 at Gwen. Oh, jeez. Okay. Wow. Okay, so the all 4 hit. That's what I was wowing. So Gwen takes 18 points of damage. And Arabelle takes 16 points of damage.
I felt better.
Yep. And let's see. And with his right hand, he just reaches out and touches Arabelle.
Uh-oh.
And Arabelle, you take 24 points of necrotic damage
Oh.
as he casts Inflict Wounds.
Ooh.
You said 24?
Yes. right, Tasha.
Okay. Well. So it's only the dwarf, right?
That any of you can see, yes. He is the only visible combatant at the moment.
I'm gonna cast Fireball at him, I guess.
There is... I don't think...
No, that's not a good idea? Okay.
Well, yeah, you can do it. You can cast it in such a way that it will just hit him and not Gwen or Arabelle, because he is out a little bit from the rest of them.
All right.
So,
do it.
yep, you can do it. What's the save?
17.
Okay.
$34.
Okay. And he immediately crosses his arms. And
This is not good, you guys.
and all of the burns vanish off his body.
I already knew he healed himself. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Anything else, Tasha?
And that's all. I mean, I don't think I can't do bonus actions with a spell, right?
Yeah. A spell takes an action.
Okay, fine.
But
Then,
bonus action's bonus action.
Then I do the mass healing word. Or whatever that is.
Yep.
So that is... Where's the 4 die? Oh, there it is. Okay. So give everybody 7 points.
All right. Are you keeping track of how many times you've cast that?
I can cast it at will.
You can cast it 4 times, and then you need a short rest.
Oh, well, it just says at will.
Well, if you, on your page, if you click on actions and then click on bonus action. Oh, wait, nope, I'm looking at something else. Hold on. So, mass healing word for you is a 3rd level spell.
But it says at will. At will. It's not a 3rd level.
Oh.
I mean, it is, but
I think the at will is the casting time.
no. I don't have to cast. I don't have to do a.
Oh, it's 1 bonus.
It's a bonus action.
Songs of Restoration, you always have that spell prepared, and it doesn't count against the number of spells you can prepare.
But it does cast as a spell.
No, it doesn't count as one of my spell points.
It's a spell,
No,
but it doesn't count
it-
as a slot. Yeah.
It doesn't take up a slot in the number of spells you can have memorized, but it is casting a spell.
But why? That doesn't make any sense. If that was true, then why don't I have to? I don't have to press the red. There's no red button there. So do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I normally when I cast a spell, if I press the red button, then it counts as a spell.
Right.
It's like cantrips where they say at will, but it's still like a spell action.
Yeah. And it is a 3rd level spell for you. So
No, it's 1st level. Oh no, that's healing word. Sorry.
Yep, mass healing word
I'm sorry.
says 3rd.
I'm all confused now.
So that would essentially be taking up your 3rd level slots. Now you can cast it using higher level slots.
I'm super confused at this.
That part I don't understand. 'Cause it
I'm
says specific-
super confused right now. I'm sorry. I don't even know where the spell is anymore.
Well, it's not listed under your spell list.
It's under her features and traits.
Right.
Actions, right? Under bonus action.
Well, it does say it doesn't count against the number of spells you can prepare. It doesn't say the number of spells you can cast.
Right. So it uses a spell slot when you cast it.
See, that doesn't make any sense, and no one explained that to me. So, it wasn't. It didn't say that at all. Like, it's not even under my spells. It's under my bonus actions. So if it's not in my bonus action, and if it's not in my spells, how am I supposed to count it?
You just click click one of the boxes at the top of 3rd level.
No, mass healing word is under my 1st level spells.
Oh, okay. Well, then you would just click the boxes under 1st level spells. So you've done 3 of those so far.
It's so stupid. What is the point of having it at will if I have to
Well-
count it against myself?
The idea is that because you're a bard, you can cast it as a bonus action. That's the benefit.
Yeah, it still doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
Maybe we can check after this game and see
Yeah.
if there's some weird thing.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. Okay.
But okay. Arabelle.
Yes.
You're up now.
Oh, okay. I just figured I was getting attacked.
Nope. You're actually your turn.
All right. I'm gonna try to stabby stab. Oh no, actually. Charisma saving throw 18.
No.
He is banished.
Oh. All right.
Gives us a minute to heal.
He
10 rounds.
disappears.
I have to concentrate, but I can do any other healing spell. And anybody who can heal, we need to heal. He'll be back in a minute. I'll use the rest of my lay on hands on me is one action.
Well, let's take it round by round. So,
Okay.
round 1 of the banishment. You do that. Anybody else want to do anything? How badly are people hurt?
I'm
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm down by a little bit less than half.
All right. Well,
Oh, I mean, I have.
Athgar will do
Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I can use the. Go ahead. Sorry. That'll be next
Let's
round.
see. Athgar casts Cure Wounds at 5th level. You get back 24 hit points.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's Arabelle and Athgar for round 1.
I want to change what I did.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the rod and cast heal on myself.
Oh, okay. All right. So anybody else want to do anything during banishment round 1?
Nope.
There's not much I can do.
Banishment round 2.
Now I can
What is
use.
banishment?
She
said-
basically just flung him into a different plane temporarily.
Oh, that's nice.
It's you get a respite. You get a minute, and then he'll pop right back in where he was.
When I give you 35 back, is that right? How many you're down?
Yes. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I'm
Hurt?
down like 40 points.
Oof. All right. Assuming that we're going to rest
Or maybe
after
I'm
this.
down 30 points. I'm down 30 points. Sorry.
Um,
I can't even math anymore.
I will use my other 5th level. And you get back 29 points. So that's banishment round 2.
Is Bo hurt? No. Zori, you're okay? All right.
I'm fine. I don't know if Bo's hurt.
Last
top-
is Bo hurt?
No.
Okay.
Is Athgar hurt?
Very minor wounds. Don't worry about it.
Well, I've got some lay on hands left.
Oh well,
so-
he needs 6.
Okay, I'll give him 6.
Okay.
Okay, so strategy in the last 30 seconds.
Yep.
We need to do enough damage that he can't heal himself.
Can anybody like put him to sleep or something?
Nope.
I wondered if we held our attack so we all hit him at the exact same time, if we do enough damage before he could heal.
You could do that. That would mean that everybody would be going at 10 when Zorith goes. So it would mean when he comes back, he gets to attack, and then
Everyone.
everybody else would attack.
Right, but we
Well-
can move too while he's gone, so we will be out of melee.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
good idea.
But remember, he's gonna have his movement as well.
Right.
So do you want us to move to where we will be?
I just.
Well, where was he at? Basically where Arabelle was? Or...
He was right here.
Mhm.
So we should be in a circle around him, but not...
Well, I unless you want to attack melee, then
No.
obviously you would.
But even then, on our turn and we're attacking, you can move 30.
Yep.
Can we all be? Gosh, how many squares? It's 6.
Yeah.
Can we get 30 feet from him, but 30 feet from each other, like a semicircle, so that he can't hit more than one of us at a time? Let's see. This is
Maybe.
where he was, right? So
I
30
wonder.
feet. this way would be one here. And then, oops, 30 feet from that would be here. I mean, he might be able to move faster.
But is that still 30 feet from him?
No, it's 20, so it'd have to be back like there.
But
Well, it
that's
should be
cave wall, right?
disconcerting.
Is that the wall or is it just dark?
That's the wall.
Oh, okay. Or at least as far, even if we're not 30 feet from each other.
Oh,
if he's
well,
in melee
where
with one
where
of-
Gwen is just dark. The wall is a little bit
But
further
Athgar's
still.
up against the wall.
Yes, Athgar is right up against the wall.
Okay. So we might not be able to get 30 feet from each other, but we should all be able to get 30 feet and far enough that he's not in melee with it's two people at the same time.
Yep.
It's a wall.
And I won't be able to
He was
see him.
Let's see. I will move Tasha back up there.
I think if he's between Tasha and Zori or Zori and Athgar, he'd be able to hit them both.
Right, but Athgar needs to move just a tiny bit more.
Down, maybe. And then Zori could move over.
No, I can move over by Gwen.
Like
Right here.
here. Yeah. And then Zori can move maybe like one more. Okay, one more down after. Okay. Then I feel like he's not gonna be. Maybe. We'll see. It's the best we got.
All right. At the end of
Who is before me and what level are they? Like, I know I'm at 10, but
I go at 18.
Gwen and Bogo at 28.
Athgar go.
Athgar goes at 11.
We've been doing this for 3 hours. Should we break before he comes back? I mean,
I figure let's go ahead and do this, and
Gwen's laptop is at 5%.
should be plugged in.
Not.
Well, there's a power cord there. It could be maybe the power strip's not turned on.
It became disconnected.
Okay.
I didn't know it was there.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Then let's finish this. So he pops back in. Are you all going to wait until Zorith's in-ish
Yes.
to attack?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, he pops back in and seems to immediately reorient. And moves to the closest person, which is Athgar, and attacks. It only hits twice. For 18 points of damage. All right. And then everybody waits, and when Zorith is ready, everyone attacks. So we'll take the attacks in initial order just for simplicity's sake, but with the understanding they're all happening simultaneously. So, Gwen.
Gwen is just going to fire some arrows. Well, no, actually, she'll do that thorn whip thing again.
Okay. Well, but remember, if you do the thorn whip thing, it's gonna pull him towards you.
You don't want to do that.
And at this point, given the angle that you're at, it will pull him into Athgar.
Okay, then I won't. I'll just do arrows.
Okay.
So, 19.
Miss.
Okay, 28.
That hits.
$15 points of damage.
Okay. All right, Bo.
Bo is going to fire a magic missile since he's in melee. And is going to fire it at 3rd level. Wait. Nope. 4th level. What the hell? 5th level.
Whatever the highest damage thing you can do.
I was like just seeing how far this could go. 5th level.
Okay.
So that would be 7
Yes.
darts,
Yes.
which is more than I have out, but I'll figure that out. Um, 20 points of damage.
Okay, nice. All right, Tasha.
I'm gonna do chain lightning, even though I don't have 2 other targets. I don't care.
Okay.
So that's
Dex what?
17.
He made it.
So he gets half.
Yep. Yeah, natural 19.
$56.
So 28. Okay. Arabelle.
We do guiding bolt at 4th level.
Okay.
Natural 20. Been a while since I had them. All right. I roll the dice twice.
Yes. And then add whatever bonuses.
I don't think there's any bonuses since it's a spell. There's no save. I had to roll. Uh, 57 points.
Ooh. And what was that? Guiding bolt?
Guiding bolt.
Um,
It's radiant.
and let's see, you're down there. So he is literally impacted so hard that he is lifted off his feet and flung back into the wall, where his body smacks the wall with a very wet sound, and then just kind of peels off the wall to go face down on the cavern floor. He is not moving.
Can anybody coup de grace? Cut off his head, right?
Sure.
I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but
Well, he's right next to you, Zoreth.
I don't have any. I
Have a knife?
understand that. I don't have any.
I'll do it.
Well,
I'm right there. I'm not far behind.
excuse
Bless
me.
you. I will use my dagger of venom.
Whoever attacks him next has advantage.
Right. The issue is that I don't think that you're going to be able to behead him in one stroke with a dagger.
No.
Oh, I didn't know we were trying to behead him.
That's
I
what
thought I
she
was-
just said. Cut his head off.
Oh, well,
Can anyone coup de grace? Because
Are any-
Coup de grace normally means just slitting his throat.
right. That's what I was thinking, which a dagger would be fine. But if you want him beheaded, then yeah, I go short swords. You know.
well, I mean, I just questioned,
Oh, sorry.
But-
go ahead.
but that is desecrating a corpse. But I just don't want him coming back.
I will
That-
put my dagger back and get out my short swords.
Well,
I think
as
that's gonna
you
be-
as you stand there discussing this, the body is not moving.
Do you think there's any way to bring him back as he was?
No.
He's got like tentacles and stuff.
Sharp tentacles.
He said that living as he was worse than death.
Right.
Did
I
say that.
agree on that. But like true resurrection or something where you don't even have to have a body, would it bring him back like this or like he was when he was a person?
I don't know because we're dealing with magic that we don't understand. That's not even really magic.
Does anyone have true resurrection?
No, I mean we'd have to. No, but you don't have to have the body. Somebody else could do it. Let
Well-
me.
Well, who was it that had disintegrate?
Bo did,
Oh, that
But
might
doesn't
be a
it-
much better idea.
but doesn't have any spells left at that level.
Can you go up from that?
Anything higher?
No.
Oh.
Kind of
Well.
tapped out, honestly.
Athgar says, at the risk of bringing up a somewhat traumatic memory, we could put him in the portable hole.
I thought about that.
I thought about that too. I think it's probably not a great idea.
I was gonna say I can set him on fire, but
While they're discussing this, I'm just gonna pull my short swords and
Even though he's mutilated, I would like to know what their people's funeral rites are. Like, can we put the body in the hole?
Yeah, we can put the body in the hole.
This was
do you want him decapitated first?
no.
Okay. I put my swords back.
I open the hole.
You can actually put it up on the side of the building.
I put it up on the side of the building.
We just cleaned this.
We did.
Can we?
It's all right. It's okay. We'll clean it again.
How about we wrap him in the carpet and then put him in, and then we just can clean the carpet.
Okay.
Then he won't be like thumping around in there, you know.
True.
No, nothing moves in there. There's
Oh, okay.
when you fold the portable hole back up, all that hole is a doorway. The space is always still. It always
Okay.
exists exactly where it is. That portable hole is just opening up access to that space.
Okay.
Rolling him in the rug is probably a good
I have a
idea, though.
blanket.
It'll be less messy.
Anyway, we put him in the hole.
Yeah.
And while we have it open, do we need anything from inside?
I don't think so.
What do you need?
I don't have in my head
Fine.
exactly what's in there. I was just trying to be prepared.
Yeah.
I think we could use some mansion time if
That's-
Yeah.
Even if it's not time to rest, we need to recuperate.
Is it time to
Yes.
rest yet?
No, you probably still have another 6 hours or so.
And we spend them
Well,
in
it
the
goes for
kitchen.
24.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
We need to.
we need a break.
I cast the mansion.
All right. The doorway appears,
Walk through.
and you find yourself once again in Tasha's magnificent mansion. And do you want to keep going, or would you prefer to stop here?
We should stop.
Okay.
Stop here.
All
Yeah.
right. Then, yeah, it's a good place to stop. So, we will pick this back up next time. Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder what they've done to Vines and Safrina.
No.
Yeah.
I've already. Mm-hmm. It's pretty horrible.
Not,
Yeah.
no.
Well, how long have they had them as compared to how long they've had this apprentice?
It doesn't take very long to put someone together.
Well, we'll figure out
Exactly.
how to bring them back if that's happened.
Based on what you've seen, they're pretty good at building things. Literally
All
building
right.
things.
Yep.
So,
Not a thought.
yeah.
All right.
That's
Have we leveled yet?
Nope.
right.
Feels like it's been a really long time.
It does.
And a lot of things.
Yeah. It's coming. It's just we're not quite there. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for giving us your attention. Best compliment we can have. And we will see you next time, when we hope you will allow us to once again welcome you back to the lands of Aecathan. Good night, everybody.